How's it going, everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today, it's that time of the month, almost 2 weeks into the new season, and that means we're prepping for the next set. Set 10, Dazzling Divas. Let's go over the set. What kind of banners are there? What kind of plans are there? What kind of events were there? Let's check out what happened in JP and what we can expect for Global. Again, as usual, when we're talking about set overviews, we have our special guest, Mr. Waddle D here. How's it going, Waddle D? Still a little depressed for not showing up in Smash. Lost its invite in the mail. That happens to everyone. Maybe next time, Waddle D. But I guess without further ado, let's begin. So for this month, in JP it was September, so in Global it would be December. We're 3 months apart. They started off the month with a very strong bang. New set release, 4 different clans, Angels, Bermuda, Royals, and Oracle Think Tank. Then 2 days later, we had the Murakumo clan event. Very neat. Eventually, we had other events that we will be talking about later. Slightly different than the usual month, but very exciting to see how it has changed actually. Type of banners, we're going to start off the month with the SP medals. So that's very cool. For the first 10 days of the month, they had the SP medals. Again, what this means is for 30 SP medals, you can trade for 1 double rare. For 100 SP medals, you can trade for 1 triple rare. Of course, it's the foil version. But you know, if you're missing anything, go for the SP medals. You can trade for anything from previous sets to the current set. If you are interested in playing all 4 of the clans, go for the set. Go for this banner. You will have, you will pull a little bit of everything, and you will get the SP medals to patch up what you're missing. But if you do only want to play 1 or 2 specific clans, maybe you should go for the dual clan banner. So this is a very new type of banner. I don't think they've done it recently at all. How this works is that they're split into 2 clans, Royal, Paladin, and Angel Feathers for the first set. And then for the second set, we have Oracle Think Tank and Bermuda Triangle. Each had 8 days respectively, starting from the 10th to the 18th, and the 18th to the 26th respectively. And what that means is that they do not have the old cards. So if you're missing your Pegasus, or if you're missing your Tsukiyomis, and you're waiting for their clan banners, unfortunately this clan banner is not for you. This clan banner only includes the cards from the new set for the specific clans, and that's why they merged into 2, so the clan pool isn't too small. But what that means is if you are a Royal player, if you are an Angel Feathers player, and you want both, then the Royal Angels dual clan banner is amazing. It's perfect for you. But if you want OTT and Royals, for example, I heard a viewer wanted that, then unfortunately these 2 banners are mutually exclusive, which means that you won't have OTT in the Angel Royal banner and vice versa, and that means that I would probably recommend you to go for the general banner, since you will have equal rates for everything, and at the very least you will have the SP medals. Next up, for the type of events, Waddle D's are very excited for the Murakumo event. Murakumo is an amazing clan. Of course, it was kind of underwhelming in the TCG, but in Zero it has done pretty remarkably well. It has topped tournaments, and since it is the first time Murakumo has come to the game, it means that very beginners won't be behind. If you made a new account, which Waddle D is considering doing, then you will have a lot of stamina, you will have a lot of packs and tickets for Murakumo, and maybe it's a great way to start the game off. So if you have friends that are interested in playing this game, Murakumo, very interesting, aesthetic, very cool looking, and definitely very competitively viable from this point onwards. Moving on, there's a new type of event as well. It's a paid event where if you pay, if you buy respective things, for example, if you buy the IG kit for 3,060 yen, you will get an IG, character skin. You will have IG sleeves. You will have IG my room and some decorations. Same thing for Kai. They're playable in, I believe, Royal Paladin and Kaiguru respectively. And in addition, you can also buy lanterns and drums and all that good stuff. But of course, it is paid. What that means is if you have the money, you can flex that swagger. If not, then not that big of a deal. But it is kind of unfortunate that free-to-play players like myself and Waddle D can't access these. It is a shame because the Aichi with that Blaster Blade mask is pretty good looking. Next up, the best of the best new type of events again from the 17th of September to the 26th of September. We have the HOLOLIVE Suisei event. Waddle D is a very big fan of HOLOLIVE. So for this event, for 10 days, you will be able to get, copies of the Suisse promo. It's a grade 2 10k vanilla. You will be able to get the profile icon thing in your account. You will be able to get the banner. Unfortunately, since this happened in JP, we are not sure if we will have this in global. But if we didn't, then it would be a really awkward kind of space because we wouldn't have a proper lot of event for us to enjoy in global for the next half of the month. So hopefully we will get this HOLOLIVE event. In addition, there was also the Bermuda Cup, where we got, login bonuses. We had sleeves, we had this promo, we had packs, and that was really cool. This card is a very neat addition to Bermuda Triangle, and it actually appeared very far into the future for the TCG. And it was really interesting to see that it came into 0 this early on. Its skill is a Vanguard Circle. When placed, check top 7 for a card other than this card's name, and ride it. A grade 2 unit, sorry. Forgot to mention that. So what that means is you can help set up your ride chains and your names more consistently, and definitely does help with, Bermuda as a whole. Next up for the rank rewards, we have Ashley. Ashley is a Jewel Knights unit, gives you power and crit. It's the break red unit, so even if you aren't playing Jewel Knights, this card is still applicable for other Royal Paladin decks, so be sure to pick this up because it is a flexible unit. In addition, we will have sleeves for Ashley and Prism, so don't miss that out. And for the second half of the month, we will be having the grade 2 No Seal. So this card is when placed, swap a card from your hand to the damage zone. And in addition, we will have the Magus and the Celestial representatives as the sleeves. This card is, the No Seal is definitely a very nice addition. You won't be able to get this in the new banner, whether that's the SP Metal banner or the Clan banner. So if you are missing this No Seal, definitely a nice chance to pick this up and save up your SP Metals for other units. So from this point onwards, I believe that we'll be going over the 4 clans that will be represented in this banner. That is Royal Paladin, Angel Feathers, Oracle Think Tank, and Bermuda Triangle, ranking them from top to bottom, in my opinion, of course, with 3 of the key cards that I believe are worthy of an investment. These cards may not necessarily be cards that you will be commonly seeing in the decks, but they will be high value cards that will probably see play in a lot of variety of the clan, or more so in the long run, you will be seeing these cards pop up more often than not. Of course, we are limited with a pool of what cards we have, so I guess without further ado, let's begin. Starting from number 1, we have Royal Paladins. Royal Paladins! Yes, we have the Jewel Knights to represent the new era of Royal Paladins. We have Ilda. Ilda's skill is when a grade 3 Jewel Knights Vanguard is placed, +1 to call a grade 1 or less unit from your deck. Some things to note is that since we are in the break red era, you will be rewriting grade 3 quite often. In addition, the skill of +1 to call a grade 1 or less does not limit itself to a Jewel Knight name, so you can definitely place some splashable units in other Royal Paladin units as well. Secondly, we have Ashley. It has a star because it is a ranked reward. Ashley's skill is when rolled upon, your Vanguard gets +10, +1 crit, and you get to call a grade 1 or less Jewel Knights from your deck to the field. In addition, when it attacks a Vanguard, it gets +3, so it can definitely hit those cross-rate numbers by itself. And lastly, we have Julia, which is amazing synergy with what we have so far. Julia's skill is when this card attacks a Vanguard, it gets a skill Counterblast 2, call a number of Jewel Knights equal to the number of critical this unit has. And so what that means is that with Ashley giving an extra crit, Julia can Superior Call at least 2 units, set up an extra column, set up extra units, multi-attack, and push your opponent to 5 or lethal. In addition, it also has a skill when attacking your Vanguard, it gets +3, so 10 +3 still hits cross-rate numbers. Unfortunately, it's a 10k, but its late game potential is endless, and it's amazing unit to consider. So the tagline for this set for Royal Paladins is Assemble, Crit, Power, and Pressure. And let's get those W's. Next up, we have Oracle Think Tank. Now, Oracle Think Tank's new key is the Magus. The Magus, they have skills like an Oracle. They can declare the future. Instead of RNG being commonly known as random number generator, they're known to rig the system and turn it into the rigged number generator. Waddle D intensifies. From the left, we start with Stellar Magus. Its skill is, when this unit attacks, counterblast 1, declare a name, check the top card. If that card is declared, add it to your hand. If not, countercharge. So it's kind of like a, best case scenario, you add a card to your hand for counterblast 1. Worst case scenario, nothing happens because you counterblast and you countercharge, right? So it's basically a free skill. So definitely very nice. Next is the Hexagonal Magus. Its skill is, when rolled upon, your Vanguard gets +10 until end of turn. Check top 3, add 1 to your hand, put the rest of the 2 in any order you want to the top of the deck. And in addition, Vanguard Circle, during your turn, if you have 2 or more cards in your hand, you get +3, so it can again hit those crosshair numbers. And then, why do you need to check top 3? Well, you synergize with cards like Stellar Magus, but also Pentagonal Magus. Pentagonal Magus skill is, when it attacks, declare the top card, reveal it. If it is the card that you declared, it gets +5/+1 crit with the crit pressure, and you can add it to your hand. So that's very amazing. You can add the top card, a normal unit, hopefully get that crit pressure. And in addition, if you can't hit numbers, if you want to hit numbers, you can counterblast 2 to get a +5k as well. So, you can become a 16k. You declare the top card, which you oracled with Hexagonal, so it becomes a 21k beater and hit those numbers. Very nice. Next up is Angel Feathers. Angel Feathers, the new keyword is the Celestials. So that's very neat. One cool thing to note with Angel Feathers for the set is that while in the TCG they were very xenophobic, a lot of the cards needed Celestial name. In this set, these Celestials were not really as strict as the TCG variant. So that's very cool. Definitely allows you to play cards like No Seal a lot more flexibly. So to start, we have Sariel. Sariel's skill is, when placed, counterblast 1, put a card from your deck to the damage zone face down, and put a card from your damage zone to your drop zone. What that means is you can tutor cards from your deck to your damage zone, which is, your resources, and filter your deck as well as heal away the cards that you want to see in the damage zone. Next, we have Ramiel. Ramiel's skill is, when rolled upon, your Vanguard gets +10 until end of turn. Look at the top 3 cards, and then put 1 card to your damage zone, return the rest to your deck, then add a card from your damage zone to your hand. So it's just No Seal-ish skill, except you're checking the top 3, you get to choose what you want, and it's counterblast-less, so it's very nice. And for the last one, an interesting pick, we have Reverse Aura Phoenix. Now, this card is not a Celestial, but I think it does something very interesting that is worthy of honorable mention. This card's skill is, at the start of your main phase, you can put a card from damage zone to the bottom of your deck, and put the top card of your deck into the damage zone. What this means is it has a pseudo countercharge. What that means is you can put those triggers back to the deck. And of course, it also has a skill. This unit gets +3k until end of turn if you proc the entire thing. Of course, it means that you have to set this card up, from the turn before, so it's on the field at the beginning of your turn. But it's definitely, of course, it is also a Vanguard only skill. But in some rare cases, it could see some play. Unfortunately, it's a Vanguard only skill, but definitely something interesting to see as a pseudo countercharger for Angel Feathers. But yeah, so Angel Feathers, as usual, it's about using damage to your advantage, and they are the angels of resource management after all. And lastly, we have Bermuda Triangle. Now, Bermuda Triangle's new tag is Prism, but evidently the 3 cards I presented are not Prisms. So let's just go over why. I believe that Prism is a very neat archetype. They have a lot of synergies with each other, but they don't really have a lot of support into the near future, to my knowledge, and Prism as a tag name is quite restrained. So that is one factor that constrains me from looking forward to them specifically. Of course, there's a very lot of good support for Prism, but for this video, I want to focus on cards that have a lot of presence even into the future sets, and Prism may not be the ones to go for. So for the first card, we have Murata, which was the promo that we discussed. It helps you, when placed, check top 7, fix your grade 2 ride. Definitely very solid. You can play this in any of the ride chains, whether that's Coral or other units like Prism, for example, maybe even splash Murata in. But definitely very cool. Then for our boss unit, for Break Ride, we have Pacifica. Its skill is, when rolled upon, your Vanguard gets +10. And in addition, it gets a skill, once per turn, when your rearguard is returned to your hand, you may call a card from your deck, any card from your deck. So that's very nice. And in addition, it's a cross ride to top. It's in the soul. Its skill is, put a top idle Pacifica into your soul to add this card to your hand and return a rear guard to your hand. So there's a lot of synergy with Pacifica, which exists already. It already has the base Mega Blast unit, already has a Cross Ride unit, and Pacifica does synergize with Pacifica, but also other Bermuda Triangle units as well to enable these multi-attack combos. And lastly, we have Karen. There's a grade 1 variant, there's a grade 2 variant. Most commonly, I think that the grade 1 variant is more splashable. 7k, its skill is when returned to your hand, counterblast 1 to draw 1. So that's very neat. It combos with all the bouncing that you have and helps you draw into other pieces without soul charging. So the deck code problem is lessened. So overall, you know, again, as usual, Bermuda Triangle, they're always dancing to the beat of the sea. They're about bouncing, drawing, and plussing. And, you know, as generic as it may seem, these cards all help with that image. Prisms have their own image, but, you know, I think Bermuda has too many cards to count, and these are the 3 I would recommend. So one last honorable mention, the best clan to come out of the set is HOLOLIVE, of course, idol VTuber Hoshimashi Suisei. So this card is amazing. It's playable in any clan. It's 10k. Everyone can get at least 4 copies of this, you know, as long as it does come to global. It's the best vanilla card ever. You know, look at these little like senpai, Clay elementals, the wind elemental, water elemental, fire elemental, earth elemental. These 4 elements cannot match up to Queen Suisei, right? Queen Suisei, 10k vanilla. What are these garbage? These great cards, you know, 9k, but 10k vanilla. And, you know, she looks better than them. So that enough said. HOLOLIVE, very cool. JP's gonna get another HOLOLIVE crossover. Very excited to see what it goes. If Global misses out on the Suisei, it actually really hurts the free-to-play experience, because especially when you're a beginner, you might see yourself relying a lot on the Clay Elementals, but if you have Suisei, it means you have an additional 4 vanilla cards that can be played in any clan. And that definitely helps with character fights, definitely helps with progressing through the story, especially when you're a beginner, and it really, really hurts not being able to play a HOLOLIVE character in your deck. Enough said. Game Studio, please consider this. Even if you're not going to bring us Suisei, give us, you know, a vanilla 10k that's playable in all the clans, because it genuinely helps beginner players, and it would really hurt to see Global get shafted, you know, in a very technical standpoint. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you don't think I'm too autistic playing with little Waddle Dee here. It's just I want to cheer him up for not being in Smash. Well, talking about Smash, be sure to smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and avoid that dislike button, because, you know, don't hurt my feelings. Don't hurt Waddle Dee. Like this video. Again, comment down below which clan you're looking forward to, which card you're looking forward to. Be sure to share this video if you find this video useful. And again, subscribe to support the video. Even if you're not going to be interested in watching my other stuff, you know, just subscribe and help me out there. Click the bell again if you're interested in seeing more like this. And one thing is that if you are missing the live streams, that's because you're not subscribing. So subscribe, hit the bell, see me live, and come hang out. So I guess that's it for this video. Say hi. I mean, say bye. Bye. So that's it. All right. See y'all next time. See you live.